Hello friends, welcome to Flywheel. Today I brought the latest generation Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's introduced in India early this year and it's got two variants, the GLE 300D and GLE 400D. 300D is priced around 73.7 lakhs and GLE 400D is whooping 125 lakhs, which is 1.25 crore. And it is a different model which we'll be bringing later. Now we have the first drive of the all new GLE 300. What we have today is the 4th generation GLE. It was started as life as ML in mid 90s and it was developed in Mercedes Alabama plant in USA. And it was the first proper SUV from Mercedes-Benz. Before that it was always a G-Wagon or G-Class as a 4-wheel drive from Mercedes. But with the ML they introduced a SUV which is the first of its kind from Germany and has been followed by all the rivals. Now they have a lot of rivals around them like the Audi Q7, BMW X5, in Volvo XC90, all these are there in the market. GLE is the first one to lead from the Germans and Swedish. Now what we have is the 4th generation with a very different design, and you know GLE means that E-class of SUV. The nomiker is like GLA to GLS, which is like GLE is the common for all the SUVs, which means Geländewagen, and E or S or anything is stand for the segment it represents. So what we have here is the GLE, and the first identity is the headlight. Is a double eyebrow headlight which we've seen in the E-class model has been carried here. There are two light options. One is the LED high beam and other one is a LED multi beam. With the 300 it's a high beam coming. There are two grille treatment basically available with the GLE globally. What we have in India is the elegant model. Other one is the AMG or a sporty grille, which is more a negative inverse. So this one is subject to a lot of people liking it, some people are not liking, some people are saying it's not that impressive. So it's a subjective grille. It's not that impressive as I've seen with the AMG or the sport grille. The mesh grille over here is purposeful. There's a vent over here. Otherwise it's a design element. There's nothing other than this mesh treatment. There's a huge chrome skid plate which is a character for a Mercedes SUV, and there's a hump over here which again gives a powerful feel. Coming on to side profile, Merc has retained a different philosophy nowadays. There are minimal lines now, but there's a belt line which is very strong. To start from here, it's a shoulder belt line, carries to the rear. No other lines, but the clutching is in a way that is getting a proper masculine feel. For an SUV, you can see this black portion again, it's an attractive element. Siding, coming onto side profile, there's a huge greenhouse which look attractive, and there's a purposeful roof rail which is again you can see it's a very solid one, and a step which you can stand on it and you won't feel like flimsy like in most of the other SUVs. Other design element always been carried in the GLE is this exposed C-pillar, which is a design element which has been always in any generation of GLE, no matter ML or GLE it is. The belt line continued till the tail light, and tail light treatment is much different with the GLE. It's a sleeker one which is similar to what is introduced with the GLC, but coming on here it's a very sleek one with sharper one, and two led lights are connected with this chrome strip. And the bumper also you can see, like we seen in the front, a chrome skid plate which is again an attractive element. And there is a new tail light design which is a more boxier design, but this is not an original one. It's a fake tail light. You can see there is no tailpipe inside. The tail, actually the muffler or the silencer is here. So that is actually a design element. It's not a proper tail pipe actually. Now what we see here is the new design philosophy of Mercedes SUVs. Subjective for the front, some people are liking it as I said, some are not liking it that much, but the side and the rear is really attractive. So Merc has provided two alloys for both those models. The 400 is having a 20-inch wheel and the 300 which we are driving today is having a 19-inch wheel. Both having a similar design. It's a 5-inch spoke, but on the GLE 400 it's a diamond cut design, and this is a more elegant design. Merc has provided a huge boot space for the GLE and is covered with this tray, and once it opened, what really attracted me is this space for this spare wheel. So there's a hook over here where you can keep it like this. So the proper spacer wheel can be accommodated here, not like earlier where we have to keep the wheel on the boot tray, but now there's a space for that. That's a real good advantage. Apart from that, we know Indians are changing. We are having the culture to travel more and do adventures. So there is a 12-watt charging portal here, which can be used for refrigerator or even for a compressor to fill your air. Apart from that, there is also a lot of hooks and other nets which are convenient elements on this boot. With the new GLE, Mercedes introduced a new interior design philosophy for all their SUVs, which is also reflected on the new GLS. But it was actually introduced as a concept in Ultimate Luxury Maybach concept. And the highlight is the new airway treatment, which is a rectangular one. 4 of them are there on the center console. A fused double screen is there, which is touch function, which is with the MBUX. And it's the first time in India a touch screen is introduced in a Mercedes. Earlier on GLC we have seen the new MBUX platform introduced. But the next level is this touch function. And touch function is also very convenient one. You can arrange your icon according to your convenience, like we do on our smartphones. And it's a very attractive feature. As we are aware with other Mercedes, we can control this function with a touch function on the steering wheel and also on the touchpad on the center console. And the instrument console also can be controlled with the second touch function on the right side of the steering wheel. And we can also customize in various design like the sport and progressive and the classic ones. Another thing which attracted me on this design is this new grab handles, which is for the purpose for the passenger when they do an off-roading, he can hold it for a safety feel. But again, it's a very strong one. It looks very attractive, and Merc also has layouted the switches in a minimalistic way. You can see the switch being layouted very neatly with a high quality finish, and lot of cup holders and other spaces available. One thing really attracted me is the cup holder on the door pad, which is again a very convenient feature when you do any off-roading or when you even do on a bad patch of road. You can properly hold the bottle on that. Merc has also crafted new levers on the steering column, which is for the gear lever and the other control, which look very thin and it's not as attractive as in the previous generation. It look more plasticky, but otherwise all the interior quality, design and even the build is amazing. They maintain a very strong build quality. The seats are crafted in a way that you get a good support on the side walls, so the driving position is amazing. You're getting a proper commanding feel. But the leather here is not the Lapa leather. It's basically Merc as a global philosophy. They use a lot of recycled materials and auto leather to save the nature. And as a feature, you're getting a huge panoramic roof as a standard on GLE 300. But on the sound system, you're not getting a Burmester sound system on GLE 300. It's a Mercedes sound system which is available here. Altogether, on the front, the interior crafted very well. Everything is consulted to the driver and the build quality is amazing. So now I am in the rear compartment of GLE and having a practical experience. I have my driver Nandu here. So he is actually 5'10". He has set his seat according to his convenient and comfortable position. I am having a lot of space here for the knee, lot for the head and lot for shoulder. And seat is also very supportive with enough thigh support. The seat crafted in a way that you are getting a good thigh support for both the passenger. Here it's meant for kids, so there's no enough thigh support here, but it's fine. And the backrest is also amazing. It's a panoramic roof here. You have a separate AC and AC vent is also here. And if you can unfold this, and if you have a good driver, you can have a very good ride in this rear position. In India, GLE is coming with 2 engine options. One is a diesel, another one is also diesel. The first one is a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, which I am driving right now, which is the GLE 300D. And the other one is the inline 6-cylinder diesel, which is coming in GLE 400D. Both engines are BS6 compliant, and I will bring a review of GLE 400 a little later. Now let's concentrate on GLE 300D. So this engine is having an output of 245 HP and 500 Nm of torque. And it is mated to a 9-speed 9G-tronic gearbox, and it's a gearbox developed by Mercedes for Mercedes. And all the power from this powertrain is delivered to all the 4 wheels through 4MATIC system, which is called 4-wheel drive automatic 4-wheel drive system from Mercedes. And this SUV is coming with 3 driving modes, which is comfort, eco and off-road. So you might be thinking about the sport, right? Yes, sport is missing on this drive selections. We are only comfort, eco and off-road. When we talk about off-road, you know GL stands for Galanda wagon, which is the ultimate off-roader G-Wagon. That DNA is carried onto this SUV as well. So this off-road mode helps the car to go any kind of off-roading situation in ease. You know, this 4MATIC system is very smart and intelligent enough to balance the power to all the 4 wheels. So when you do an off-road, if you are on an articulation, if you're missing a power on one wheel, the sensor will detect it and deliver the power to all the other 3 wheels which are on traction. so that way we can cover the obstacles with this ground clearance and approach and departure angle. This is good enough to do some serious off-roading if you're daring enough to take your prize position on such condition. Let's talk about the suspension. 400 comes with a dancing hip-hop suspension, which actually is meant for off-road conditions, called E active body control. I'll explain about that when we do the review of that, but for your note, I'll let you know it's not just hip-hop dancing, it's actually meant for off-road situation. Right now what we're driving here is a GLE 300, which doesn't have that suspension. It comes with the regular one. It is a good suspension for your ride comfort and can balance the dynamics pretty well, but it's not as great as the Amatic suspension or the E active body control as it's called. So you can't raise the car with this, and you are not able to get that floaty plushy ride like you're getting from the other kind of Amatic suspension. So this powertrain, as I mentioned, is a 2-liter. You can feel that 2-liter kind of a sound coming from the engine. It doesn't have that strong growling feel like you're getting from a 6-cylinder, but acoustics is done in a way that the NVH level is very minimum. Not like earlier, you don't get any engine sound or any other road or wind noise coming into the cabin. Cabin feel very refined, and it's got good isolation from the outside world, which add on to the comfort of the vehicle. Steering, as always I used to say, Mercedes has one of the most practical steering, especially when you're in some narrow kind of roads, wherein you can actually maneuver it very easily. It's a very soft steering, but it's accurate also. Advantages when you do city maneuvering, it's very easy to even take a U-turn on a sharp place. You don't have to do a 3-point turn. The other note, the steering also give a very good feel. Unlike the old Mercedes steering, it's very responsive one, and if you're pushing the car, you really get that confidence to do that.
Can you say that again, please?
Sorry, that's an MBS platform getting interrupted in between. I not told anything to you, Mercedes, so please quit. Thank you. So this is the modern car, which is like a friend for you. You don't feel monotonous. You will enjoy the driving, as well as you will have a companion to talk and to give the company. Even though a small powertrain, it's a very responsive one. You can see the output figure is quite impressive. That is reflected on the drive. So with this note, I'll conclude the first drive of the GLE 300D. Hope you guys enjoyed the drive. If you liked it, please do like it and share it with your friends. And if you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please do subscribe and click that bell button, so you'll get all the updates as soon as we upload these videos. Thank you for watching.